So I don't know if you've guessed it yet, but today's video is all about the pumpkins. So Frank's just attaching some canes across the two arches to make them more rigid. They are only the £10 arches from Wilko's, so they're quite flimsy, but this will just give them some rigidity. Because once you've got anything growing over there, it's going to become like a sail, so you need that extra support. So you're cable tying the canes to the frame. Yeah. Here's one we did earlier. So the reason we've got this arch up is because we're going to make a pumpkin arch. We're doing the grow a pumpkin with me along with Emma. Snipping the ends off so it's a bit more aesthetically pleasing. Makes a good structure of two very cheap archways that I think on their own wouldn't stand much of a chance in the wind, not when they've got crops on them. Yeah, happy with that. I have got some meshing I've got left over for other years. I would not recommend this meshing. I've tried it before. It's so easy to get tangled. It's infuriating. But if you've got it, it's already made, isn't it? So you might as well use it. The mesh has been secured all over to give the vines something to scramble up. That's optimism. Note the word scramble. So, just before we head off up to the plot to put these plants in the ground, I wanted to talk a little bit about hardening off. It really is worth taking that extra effort over a week to harden them off. Pumpkins are not frost hardy, they're very tender, so I've looked and I can see almost into June, the 2-week forecast, and conditions are good. There's no frost anywhere forecast at all, so that's the first thing we check. Now the second thing we're doing is getting them used to the UV rays. So what happens is when a plant comes out into UV, it senses the UVB rays, and actually it creates a cellular change. It signals to make this plant sunscreen, if you like, to protect them from scorching. It can't do that instantaneously, it needs to build it up. So you put them in a shady spot for the first day for a couple of hours, take them back into the polytunnel greenhouse, conservatory, wherever, and the next day you make that a little bit longer in that shady spot, so 4 hours. The next day move them to somewhere sunnier until by the end of a week you've got them out all day in a sunny spot and in the greenhouse at night. But those first 2-3 days, make sure you're in a shady spot, and only for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. And here they are in all their splendour. Full of life, guys. You are my witness. I know the Emma Bailey who started the Grow Along a Pumpkin Arch with me. She's had a bit of a disaster this week. She planted her pumpkins out and 8 days later the slugs have had a field day and eaten 3/4 of them. Luckily enough she had a contingency, a few left over, so I think I'm going to go along the same lines. There's more than I need, so I'm going to save some at home here just in case I need to pop a few more in. Right, come on. Let's get him in the plot. Right, so as you can see, the last bed has finally been dug over, which is brilliant. I didn't record that. I figured you'd seen enough of us digging. It's got some of this pre-bagged farmyard manure to spread on. The reason we bought that is because I'm going to plant pumpkins into it and corn, and pumpkins love a bit of manure, but it has to be well rotted. Right, so let's crack on. Maybe quite a deep hole. Fill it with the well rotted manure. Bit of soil back on top and plant them. They're very greedy. You see, we've got some good roots. I'm planting him up against the mesh. He's got something to cling on to. Nice firm in. These are my spring onions, the lilia, red ones. They're coming on nicely. So far I've sold 2 Jack the Little, so a baby bull will go on this end. I was originally going to do mirror images, but then I thought if one particular variety struggled, I'm going to have a strip with no produce, so I've mixed it up a little bit. I've got 2 Jack the Little and a baby boo this side, and Jack the Little, baby boo, Jack the Little on the other side. The baby boos don't have a stronger root system. They're planted exactly the same time as the mini munchies. But yeah, I found that other years that the baby roots can be a bit more temperamental than the munchkins. We shall see, maybe the year of the boo. I have come and done some slug prep beforehand. There's nothing around them because obviously I'm not using slug pallets where I'm growing food, but I have done nematodes. I did them about 3 days ago, so hopefully they'll have had some effect. And they are quite big plants, so hopefully they can take a little bit of nibbling. There we have it, our pumpkin archway all planted up. Let's hope it survives the slugs. Until next week, please look after yourselves. Thanks for watching and come back soon. Bye for now.